Hello, happy Wednesday. How is everyone doing on this Wednesday afternoon now? So, how many of you wake up and you feel like you're not really awake? Maybe you just don't feel like you got the adequate restoration during those slumber hours. And well, that's me today. So, we're talking restoration. Restorative movement, those days that you just feel like you need a retreat. Well, if you can't get to Italy just yet, that retreat's coming up in the fall. We have to make do with where we are right now. So, when we are really over fatigued, we did not get the adequate restoration during our sleeping hours. What we most often crave are probably fatty foods, carbohydrates, and then we want to go hit the sofa, right? I'm not saying those are bad. Well, we need to watch the fatty foods, but what we often don't do is move. And movement actually is restorative. So, but doing the right kind of movement. So, you want to hydrate and then you want to do some restorative movement. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to restore ourselves. So go ahead, take a sip of your water, and then come on down to your mat. All right, so restorative movement. First of all, your breath is very restorative. So we've likely lost some oxygen to our brain. So we need to oxygenate, we need to hydrate, we need to oxygenate. So let's start off with our deep breathing. You're inhaling through the nose and exhaling also out through the nose. Now I want you to focus on your deep, full, expressive breath, that 360 breath, where you are feeling your inhalation come all the way down into, let's even go down to the pelvis, but I want you to feel your back, I want you to feel your sides, I want you to feel your belly, and hold, and then deep exhale out, every bit of your breath out, as long as you can. Couple more breaths. So breathing, as we know, is very healing. It is rejuvenating. And exhale out through the nose. Every bit of your breath out. Excellent. Now we're going to pelvic curls. My go-to. Every time I just need to get a little bit of movement going on, I start off with pelvic curls. And pelvic curls, you want to focus on your breath helping you move. So your exhale, I'm going to move this arm, is going to scoop your abdominal cavity and then lift you up to where you're suspending your pelvis. Your inhale is going to kind of pull and send you back down. We're always thinking of stretching, creating space, because when you create space within, you're going to create restorative space. Now we're going to take it into a shoulder bridge. So you want to imprint your spine, work through your spine, because if you start to get rigid in your spine, you're going to find that your body just will not be able to restore. We have to have flexibility in order to allow our body to work properly and therefore restore properly. So I'm up in a high bridge. So we want to watch for our ribs wanting to splay. And I'm going to take my arms now down and do a little shoulder walk in. And then I'm going to interlace my fingers. And then I'm going to open my chest up, elongate your neck. Don't get crunched in the neck, and open up your hips, stretching your psoas, stretching your quadriceps. This is restorative. It invites restoration and release into your body and your mind. Excellent. We're going to unclasp our fingers and then slowly bring it down. And now bringing your knees into the chest, I like to take my arms and bring underneath my knees and then just rock side to side. Massage out your back. A massage is always good, but we can give ourselves a little love and self-massage. Okay, so now taking your left leg down onto the floor, take your right knee and guide with your left hand, and I have teed my right arm to where I am crossing over into a really good rotational stretch where I'm getting my gluteals nice and stretched, my IT band, my hip, my low back. And I'm also getting a nice stretch across my shoulders. So this is just helping to release any kind of stored up tension that comes from not getting adequate rest. And then slowly bring that back and then switch to the other side. And just note the differences. I'm a little sore on this left glute from something I did yesterday. So it could have just been something you ate yesterday. It could have been something that you drank yesterday. It could have been, an activity that maybe you were just really active yesterday, or you just you stayed up too late. All of these, of course, impact how you show up the next day. And then go ahead and rest there. Now we're going to add a little bit of movement. I have my legs together. My arms are down by my sides. I'm going to slip my arms out just a little bit wider. So maybe a good 8 to 10 inches away from my sides. And now on an exhale, I'm going to press my low back into the mat and I'm going to float my legs up to what we call table. Knees over hips. And so we're going into some sways where you inhale deeply, pause, exhale, unwind it back. Inhale, sway now to the left, and exhale, bring it back. So adding some rotation, abdominal engagement. In actuality, this is massaging your insides because when we haven't had adequate rest, your organs are responding and they're not functioning at their best. So here we're giving our organs a little massage, kind of stimulating the organs. One more. To function a little bit better, more efficiently, to give us a little bit of restoration. Now we are going to rock it up. We are going to turn and face the front. So I'm going into this sort of Z position here. And now we're going to add some stretching. In this Pilates world that I've worked in for all these years, this is a version of what we would call a mermaid. So I'm going to bring my left arm up right beside my ear. I'm holding on to my right leg with my right hand, and I'm pulling. It's like I'm pulling. Maybe you visualize that I'm above here pulling your arm. And then we're going to rotate, and wow, that is yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So it's stretching my back, it's opening up any tension that could have built up in sleep, back pain, and then keep rotating and stretch to open up more. And then you're going to open up the opposite direction. I'm going to take my right hand now to the floor, pushing into the floor, looking behind me to my left, with my left arm coming behind to open up my chest. We're going one more time. Over. I'm just going to keep my right hand on the floor now. I'm pushing into the floor, reaching along with my left arm, expanding my back, and then open up. Excellent. And then we're going to switch and do the other side. So switching legs. Going now to the other side. So I'm going to start off with my left hand on my shin, and then my right arm comes up beside my ear, and I am side bending over. Long reach. Again, feel like you're being pulled. And then you're going to rotate. And oh, that feels so good, opening up your back. Deep breathe. And then you're going to take your hand to the floor and then open the chest up to the ceiling. So this is just a nice, short, restorative movement flow that instead of running to the pantry, give this a try. Rotate one more time. And hydrate, which is key. And one more time. And then come on out of that. And oh, that will just kind of awaken the system so that it can start to restore. So once again, you want to hydrate and you want to try to move before you go hit the pantry or go to the drive-through for those French fries that might be sounding good. And then see how you feel after that. Then once you move, you will then hit the pillow in a more restorative and rested state so that you will get a really good night's sleep tonight. So there you go, is a good short flow that you can do when you are not feeling fully rested. And I hope you guys now feel a little bit of life, a little bit of oxygen to get you through the rest of today. And I will see you same time, same place tomorrow. For now, make it a wonderful day. Ciao.